Welcome, everyone. You have now once again entered the cosmic radio receptors of KCIW 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's fantastic program. I'm Dr. Gigi, and my co-host is, as always, Jacques Kepner. How are you today, Jacques?
I'm doing finer than a 49er, Doc. How are you? I don't even know what the 49ers are. Are they a lousy team this year? It was my team. I don't even know anything about football. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Doc and Jacques Radio Variety Show. Special thanks to sound engineers Tom Bozak, Michael Gorse, if you're out there, Linda Bozak, and, of course, Ray Simon and others. You're hearing this live syndicated show on KCIW in Brookings, Oregon. That said, this same syndicated show will play in 1 week from now in the morning on Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KZZH 96.7 and where? Eureka and Humboldt. Nice area down there. Mm-hmm. And then a few hours later at my old alma mater, 1 o'clock, KFUG 101.1 FM in Crescent City, California. So there you know, we've got your coasts covered. Okay, it's that time when good medicine and health tips are presented by my German medical doctor, who is also a patent-holding scientist. I found out you have 4 patents, not 3. She always tells you she has 3, but she has 4. What medical marvels do you have for us today, Professor Gigi, on this segment of MD Gigi?
So today we'll talk about fats.
Fats? Oh, I'm right down that alley.
Yeah.
I know all about it.
I know you do. Listen up. Fats might be among the most misunderstood nutrients in the modern diet. Yet the body depends on them, all of them, every minute of the day. They're not just the padding on our waistline. Fats also power metabolism, build cell membranes, and that's when they're in the form of phospholipids, carry essential vitamins, cushion organs, and help regulate hormones and inflammation.
Cushion organs, like, a couch potato kind of person?
Kind of.
Hey, I'm not fat. I'm just horizontally challenged, doctor. And I'm not overweight. I'm just under tall, okay?
All right, let's talk about what fats are chemically. I'm a biochemist. When fats are labeled, when the labels call for fat, they're usually referring to something called triglycerides.
Oh, we've heard of those before.
They are molecules. They're made of a glycerol, which is basically a half a sugar, half a glucose, with 3 long fatty acids. These same fatty acids can exist on their own as free fatty acids and then travel in the blood to do their little thing, like being our energy, loose change energy, quick energy, but usually they are actually bound to those triglyceride.
And what are they enter what? Issues like your muscles or your liver, kind of, these fatty acids?
Yeah, they go, that's where they usually go to fuel the tissues, such as muscle.
They're kind of like the quick food we use for energy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not fat. I'm just very easy to see. And hey, I don't need a gym in there, Ray. I burn off calories just trying to squeeze into my jeans. Quite a workout. What else, Doc?
So the fatty acids can be, now listen up, this is the education part of it. Any fatty acid can be saturated or unsaturated.
Gotcha.
And depending on what they are, it shapes our health. So what are they? Saturated fatty acids have no double bonds.
Oh, chemical stuff happening.
And are basically straight.
Oh, they're straight in formation. Saturated or straight. They're not square.
Unsaturated fatty acids can be in trans or cis formation.
Did you say trans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or cis, okay.
And
that's CIS, just so it knows.
Imagine a fatty acid being a long thing, like a long drinking straw. The trans and unsaturated fatty acids are the straight kind, and the cis fatty acid in double bond with a cis formation are the bendy kind.
Oh, like a bendy straw.
Well,
the only exercise I do is jumping to conclusions, as you may know. Here's a little fun. Oh, never mind. You could take over. I'm done.
So the fun fact that we want to talk about is that we heard about omega-3 or omega-6 fatty acids. And we're all, I want the omega blah, blah. All this says is actually that omega-3 means it's the third C from the last one, from the omega one that has the double bond. Or omega-6 is the sixth one from the end, has the double bond.
You're speaking like a German. It's omega. It's omega, not OMG. Like you're saying, I think, sort of. Oh, she's not smiling. Okay, I'm so fat, my waistline has its own time zone. Okay, what else?
I'm
Doc?
explaining important.
I know.
serious
I love you.
stuff.
I won't joke.
Good job.
Phospholipids.
So the triglycerides are, you know how you wanted to say the short-term quick energy? The triglycerides are our long-term energy or savings account units.
Okay.
So because they pack a lot more energy in the form of ATP as we call it, or even calories as you're counting right now, than carbohydrates or protein. In routine lab works, we actually test for the blood triglycerides. And they show you if you have elevated fats in the blood or not. And that has nothing to do actually with the cholesterol, believe it or not.
Wow. And we know where cholesterol comes from.
Yes, you do.
Kitties. No,
Kitties?
they regulate the blood pressure. No, I knew that. I'm just testing you.
Okay.
I'm going to drop
Liver.
out.
Say liver.
Liver, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It was close to it right there. I'm so fat. Oh, I like this one. I'm so fat, Dr. Gigi, that my cereal bowl comes with a lifeguard. And speaking of swimming, I do not skinny dip. I just chunky dunk.
Okay, moving on. We talked about the triglycerides, the long storage. Now, the phospholipids are the ones that are also long storage, but they're a part of our cell membranes, meaning each and every one of our gazillion cells in our body is encompassed, encircled by a cell membrane, by phospholipids. So here comes the zinger. If there are a higher than normal concentration of the straight fatty acids in there, be it from the unsaturated or trans fats, then the cells cannot function properly. The cell membranes are not in their normal configurations and they cannot function properly. They might get sick, pathology, and it will increase the production of inflammation molecules in our body and the increase of the bad cholesterol.
LDL, the bad cholesterol. Yeah, I take a half a pill of those every night since, I don't know, how long does that?
Pravastatin you take?
Yeah, it was up a little bit, but I don't take many. I only take 17 other pills. So I'm so fat, doctor, that by the time I turn around, it's my birthday again.
So let's talk about fat-rich diets.
Goodness.
Fat-rich diet means that they receive about 35 to 40% of calories from fat alone. Now, there are different kind of fat, or more, right? There are different kinds of fat-rich diets, and they, depending on what fats we're using, they actually make us sick or just full.
Are you talking about like the keto diet where you're eating a bunch of meat and eggs and everything that has
the ketogenic diet actually has about 70 to 80% of calories from fats and very low carbohydrates. So that shifts the metabolism toward ketone production, which is a whole other hour worth explanation worth to tell
we
you
got to talk
why.
about ketones and
Why that is,
How
but
fast is
but
it?
what you can think is that fats can only burn in the so-called fire of the carbohydrates. If you don't eat any carbohydrates, you cannot actually get the calories out of the fats. So that's why people lose weight on it.
yeah.
However, the long-term impact hinges on whether those fats are unsaturated, trans, or cis in nature.
And like heavy and processed meats and butter and stuff like that.
That would be the trans and
Boy,
unsaturated.
Calorie counting, it really is. It kind of sucks. I was so hungry last night that I accidentally ate all of my cat's food. Don't ask. Hey, don't ask meow. Dr. Gigi put me on a very strict medical diet of only 1,200 calories per day. Yep. Luckily, she didn't know anything about the nights.
Didn't say anything about it.
All right, let's talk about some of these diets.
The Mediterranean diet
It's kind of famous.
is another one that has actually pretty rich amount of good fats, meaning the unsaturated in cis formation. So we find that in nuts, seeds, fish. They're good. They're rich in good fatty acids. So they actually lower the bad cholesterol, the LDL, and reduces cardiovascular risk.
Oh, darn it. That is interesting. Dr. Gigi told me to lose some weight, and I asked how. And she said, don't eat anything fatty. As I left, I said, "Thank you, doctor." And she replied, "You're welcome, fatty."
Okay, now let's put a damper on all this fun little fat stuff. The typical Western diet, as we have here, is usually very high in saturated fats.
True.
Trans, omega-6 rich oils,
Omega.
refined carbohydrates, ultra-processed foods, which then drives for elevated LDL, the bad cholesterol, fat gain around our belly or inside, insulin resistance, and worse cholesterol changes as well, which then is called metabolic X syndrome.
Not good. Well, now we know more about fat. Did you know that I used to be a fat psychic, doctor? Yep. I was known as a fortune teller. Yep, but that didn't last long. Didn't last long. And after that, I got so fat that my shadow had a shadow. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for that very entertaining and somewhat understandable dissertation on the fats, the good and bad fats, and we all have fats, regardless of how skinny we are, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Fats are good.
All right. Now let's turn our attention to our headlining guest that joins us in the studio today, and someone that we are very excited to learn more about. As you know, about half of our weekly guests are those that are musically inclined or accomplished musicians themselves. Do you know how many guests have sat in the studio with us, dear Dr. Gigi?
How many, pray tell?
I counted them last night.
You did?
Yep. We have had 252 people in the studio since we began broadcasting. Now, a lot of those were like when we had the princesses of the Queen. We had like 8 of them in at one time, or they did a double shift kind of. And a lot of people come in, oftentimes with a friend or spouse or whatever, like we have today. But this morning I did count it up to 252, so there we stand. Now 254. I didn't count today. All right, most of these, or half of them I'd say, were musicians, and we like this. Well, today's guest fits right into this category, and his background is very unique and fascinating. Today on our show, we're joined by a man who carried the beat that defined a generation. Kenny Lee Crady is an accomplished artist, and he's a musician who, amongst other things, sat behind the drum kit as who? Ringo Starr in the tribute band Beatlemania. Well, we'll find out a lot about this later. He traveled the globe and he recreated the magic of the Fab Four to forging his own creative path. And Kenny Lee brings stories, rhythm, and a love for music that transcends time. So today on the Doc and Jacques radio show, we're excited to welcome Kenny Lee to the Doc and Jacques show and your partner, Randee. Hey, Randee.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome, both of
Great,
you.
thank you. Thanks for the invite.
He's got a
And
good
thanks for
radio
laughing at his
voice.
jokes.
I've had a little bit of practice.
Oh, man, you got to, seriously, does he not? I'm looking at the engineers. Does he not have a good voice for the radio? Wow, good voice.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Gigi, lead off our questions for Kenny Lee.
Okay, or you want to praise his voice a little more?
We are not worthy.
We're always looking for good voices. If you know anybody,
Kenny,
let us know.
where were you born and raised?
Actually, I come from Detroit, Michigan. I was born there and I grew up there. And in 1979, I moved out to California.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I guess kind of like Motown did a few years prior to that.
So you were kind of young then, and
I was 23.
all right, in 79.
When did you actually come to
21. We're
our
about the
coast
same age.
here, up here?
Well, up to the coast was 2016.
Oh, so you got arrived in the Brookings, Crescent City region
Yeah,
in
about,
2016.
what's that, 9 years
Well,
ago?
that's 10 years. Well, 9 years ago.
Yeah, coming up 10 years.
Yeah,
on
we're a
2026.
couple of weeks away, right?
Yep.
You brought your better half, Randee. How long have you guys been together?
14 years.
Ooh, and counting.
Yeah, she's counting. It's safe for her to give the answer.
And we met online.
Really?
One of those dating line things, you know.
And it worked out. Nice.
I saw a picture of a guy that was dressed mod, and I said, "Oh, let me try that. Looks interesting."
Oh, interesting.
So
And then you realized it wasn't the same guy, but you still liked him.
Well, it wasn't the guy that she went for. Actually, I put a picture of myself on on a horse, a white horse.
Oh, nice.
So I think she fell for the horse, really.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
You can see a good picture of Kenny, a good picture that I kind of adjusted a little bit on Facebook today under Jacques
Oh,
Kepler.
I love that.
Yeah, is that a
picture.
good picture? It's yours, man.
Oh, that's
Take it.
Maud. That's psychedelic. All
Yeah,
right.
that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Kenny, tell us about your career path.
Well, actually, for a number of years, I performed in musical groups in the Detroit area before I moved out to the West Coast. And in 1979, in the summer of 79, when I got here, I went auditioning for different groups. I went to a very mysterious audition. A man had put an ad in Music Connection. It's a real popular magazine in the LA area.
Okay, this is L.A. in California.
Yeah.
You're a young man.
And so he said, I called the number on there, and he said, well, I basically am playing songs anywhere from the Beatles, Rolling Stones, over to Elvis, maybe Bread. Remember Bread
Yeah.
recorded the song, I Want to Make It With You?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
real popular 70s songs. And so I thought, okay, well, this could be in my bag. So I went for the audition. And when I got there, the most frustrating part about it was every song that we played was a disco version of it.
Oh.
So could you imagine, I Want to Hold Your Hand, a disco version?
Disco?
You know? Yeah. So I thought, oh boy, I couldn't. Outside there was Taco Bell. I hope that's not a problem
Okay, no.
to plug them. But anyway, I went over there and I met this other man who was waiting for his band to arrive. This was a rehearsal studio in the Hollywood area. And so he asked me, said, are you doing okay? He said, you have a really disgruntled expression on your face. And I told him, well, you're watching through the glass window there. And of course, you can see what's happening. We're just killing these songs.
Yeah.
We're, hacking them. And so he said, he told me about an audition that was going to be taking place. And he gave me the phone number of Nick St. Nicholas, who that's his.
Nicholas.
Yeah,
All right,
I know.
okay.
How appropriate in December, right?
Yeah.
Which happens to be the stage name for the bass player in Steppenwolf.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
So-
interesting. Okay.
So I said, okay, well,
Charming.
I'm going to call this number. It's going to be a cold call, so I'll tell him that you gave me the number. I don't remember the man's name now, but so I called and I spoke with Nick. And I went over there and we rehearsed for a number of days. And the main issue that promoters couldn't get behind is that John Kay, the voice of Steppenwolf, wouldn't be involved in this project. So unfortunately, but it was a great experience. I met a number of people in that time frame, and one of the things that I had done before I had come out to California is I taught drums in a mom and pop music store.
Cute.
Yeah, so in the daytime, I was in the school band. I had 4 years.
This back. I'm asking for your backstory, so keep coming with this. We
Yeah,
want to know, did
yeah,
you
well,
start early?
I'll give you the back and the front.
You got it.
Yeah. So anyway, I know the full Monty, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Wait a
right.
second. Sorry. This is a family show, right? Yeah.
So you're young and you're giving drum lessons.
Drum lesson?
Yeah, that was, once again, that was a referral from a schoolmate. And he said, the music store, this mom and pop music store, the drum teacher had quit. And so I went over there and I got hired. And so in the daytime, I was in the school band. And then afterwards, I would teach drums at this mom and pop music store.
But you
So-
have a guitar with you now, but that comes later where you got
Oh,
So
yeah, but you haven't heard me play drums on it yet.
Okay, how about one of my
I can play Wipeout on there if you want.
Wait, so you had drum lessons yourself before, or are you just winging it?
just learn
Oh,
by
that's a
yourself?
secret.
Shoot, I shouldn't have asked that.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the loaded question. Can we turn off the mics right now? No, actually, what had happened is even further back in 1966, when the Beatles had recorded their album Revolver, okay, my uncle, my dad's brother, who unfortunately is not with us now, he bought a drum set out of the local newspaper, and he figured out how to play that backwards drum beat that's on Tomorrow Never Knows, the final song on Revolver. It's a very unique drum beat. And when I think about it, he was actually very talented, but he was also a show-off because when he would play that beat, he would twirl his sticks, So here we've got this majorette, and this fantastic drummer. And I went, you know what? I've got to do that.
You got to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I've got to do that.
You're doing this. You're young at this point.
Yeah, and a couple of years prior to that, I saw the Beatles in concert.
Oh, wow. When they came over to the States?
Yep, that's correct. That, once again, was a sort of a fluke because I wanted to go after many people, maybe some of us here, saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan that February 1964.
Yeah.
And so I had the records, I had the albums, and I wanted to go see the group. And my mom, she said, well, we could arrange that.
Did they play in Detroit?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah,
they ended up at Candlestick on San Francisco. That was their last tour,
in 66. Yeah, August 1966. My dad, he was very hesitant about that. He said, you're not getting mixed up in all of that. This is chaos.
Yeah. 66.
And so what was interesting is across the street from us, there was a girl that was about 4 years older than myself. And she got 2 tickets, one for herself and a friend. And the friend got sick that day.
Oh, lucky you.
And so then I kind of use this word? I kind of badgered, my dad. I said, she's going to need a ride. I mean, I worked it from every angle possible.
Yeah.
And you know what? She did, because her father worked at U.S. Steel, which a lot of people in that area.
Yeah.
And he was on the swing shift. And she said, yeah, my dad's not going to be able to take me. And I said, well, we'll figure out something here. So then she came across the street, and she worked my dad from one side, and I worked him from the other, and he gave in.
He finally said, okay, here's the keys. Get the hell. Just come back safely. Don't come back a hippie.
So I went, well, maybe in a couple of years. So we went to see that, and that was amazing. I heard music a couple of times, and that was when the girls caught their breath. The rest of the time they were screaming.
Right.
On their way into the auditorium, it was Olympia Stadium in Detroit. And, of course, it's been demolished since. There were girls, they were going into the auditorium, they were singing the Beatles songs, and then they were even taking it a couple of notches higher. And one girl would say to the other, what would you do if Paul asked you to marry him? And I mean, it was hysteria before we even got in the auditorium, so
wow.
It was exciting.
It's a rare time.
Even though I didn't hear music all of the time, it was just being part of a history-making event.
Wow,
right.
cool.
Well, listeners, you're going to hear why we're discussing this, because there is a tie-in to the Beatle with Kenny Lee. But let's back it up a little bit more before we get to those things about the Beatles. What was the very first instrument you played? Was it drums?
No. Actually, it was a cheap, maybe a 50 cent or a dollar harmonica.
Okay. So you still play a little harp?
Oh, yeah. I've got all the keys. I brought 2 of them with me today.
Yeah, very cool.
Talked about, that's right. You brought them right there.
Right there.
Yep.
And what is your favorite instrument?
Well, I would have to say my favorite is the drums, because I just feel very at home there. I can play almost anything on the drums.
Right on.
Because I'm so familiar with it. I picked up drumsticks in 1966 when I saw my uncle playing his drum set.
Right on.
And he sort of challenged me. He didn't say, you'll never do this. He said, I'll bet you can't do that. And I went,
the old trick.
Yeah, like one of the Three Stooges, spread out.
Right on. And we always ask this, did you ever study music in school? Oh, you were in the band.
Yeah, I was in the school band. For 4 years.
You read music?
I read music, yeah.
And that's rare, a rare one, because most most musicians that we have do. Okay, Gigi, take over.
Okay. Now, I'll ask the other question. Do you know what synesthesia is?
Oh, I was going to ask.
Oh, I'm allergic to that.
That's a good response. Okay, that's where you, when you're playing music, do you see symbols or colors or numbers when you are?
Or do you associate, something different, like colors with the notes or?
Actually, I know what it is. But I just had to mess with you.
Sweat
Yeah, make you sweat a little bit. I see sweat on your forehead.
I got you on this one. You must have that a lot.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I stole that answer from one of Ringo's Ringo-isms, as they call it. But many musicians call it being in the zone. That's another description for it.
Where you just are someplace else, as you're so carried away by the beauty of the moment.
That doesn't happen all the time. It has happened a couple of times, but usually because I'm the drummer, I have to be paying attention to what's going on out there. Because if the bottom falls out, then everyone's staring at me.
Right.
Wow.
So what band or artist has impressed you the most?
Oh, that's like asking me, do I have a favorite Beatles song? Yeah, well,
The most is like the mostest of the most.
That's really
There's so
that's
many.
tough. Well, there's the Beatles because I saw them and appreciate their music. The Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin. As far as one single artist, though, because I saw him and I had a chance to meet him and talk to him, and there were a bunch of other kids around as well. Is Buddy Rich, the drummer, Buddy Rich.
Wow.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
Who is he a drummer for?
Oh, he was a big band. His band. It was like a big band. He was the most versatile drummer of the drum.
There's also Gene Krupa. This is going back in the big band era.
Okay.
And I watched them, and they're just, I don't know. Actually, there's no way to describe it. It's just phenomenal.
So you have always been doing music, basically. Did you you went from selling stuff in the music store or you really did the drum teaching, right? And you were in the band. Did you, that was your direction?
Actually,
that was your...
I was a little bit of a Jacques.
Oh, you were?
Of all trades. No, actually, the other thing that careful now.
Okay. I'll let you by.
You let that one go by.
I'm okay.
I promise I won't use it again. Honest. Yeah, is the other thing that I did because another uncle, my mom's brother, he had a TV radio repair shop about 3 or 4 miles away from our home. And I was fascinated by that. And so what I did in junior high and in high school, when people had pretty much given up on an old record player, phonograph, or radio or television set, my uncle had given me a bag of tubes. Most of them were used. What I would do is figure out which one needed to be replaced and revive that TV.
Very cool.
And then I put it in what was in the local Detroit area, a paper called the Trading Times. And pretty much every city has one where you can resell things. And so I would revive that TV set and put it in there. And I always had an ad running every week for $25.
Oh.
So I had that business going as well as teaching drums at the mom and pop music store.
Right.
Very
Okay,
cool.
now we're going to step up the program in just a moment because we're going to get into what really has to be an incredible journey that you took next. But before that, I have to say time flies when we're having fun. It's already that mid-break time here at the Doc Jacques live radio show. We're proudly broadcasting from the KCIW 100.7 FM studios in lovely coastal Brookings, Oregon. The list of major sponsors for this community radio station are Advanced Airlines, flying in and out of Crescent City to Oakland and LA 7 days a week. Michelle Bupert. Hello, Michelle. With our own vibrant local Curry County Chamber of Commerce located in Brookings. Nick and Lisa Rail. Everybody knows Nick and Lisa. Hey, a big shout out to you and your PPA, or your Partnership for the Performing Arts. And lastly, my dear co-host, Dr. Gigi Reed, and yours truly, on behalf of KCIW, thanks to all of you. All right, it's that time.
Yeah, so I have a priest question after you get with your question. No, Nick sent Nick.
Yeah, that's a tricky name.
How does he...
His real name is Stan Nussbaum.
Oh, Nussbaum, Germany.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All right, so Stan, good old Mr. Nussbaum, how does he tie into what we actually are going to talk about here in a minute?
Well, it was at
Beatlemania.
his home where I rehearsed with former members of Steppenwolf.
Mm-hmm.
We could look out the kitchen window and see the Capitol Records tower.
Ah,
That's right.
Cool. It was right
Yeah.
there.
Right in the heart of Hollywood. So I did that for some time, and unfortunately, sometimes the rocket doesn't take off.
Nice.
That's what happened in that case, and it was frustrating for the other band members because they just couldn't entice John Kay, who's the mighty voice of Steppenwolf. When you put on those songs, that's
Right.
that's what stands out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's graduate. Here it is, drum beat. Brum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Tell us about Beatlemania and what Beatlemania is all about, and what years did it happen, and then as you go, how did you land that position? There's
Well,
some background check.
The interesting thing about it is, in the same newspaper, The Recycler and Music Connection, I saw an advertisement for to be the drummer of the local Beatles tribute group in the L.A. area. So I answered the ad and went over there and met the 3 other guys. And I got the position, and we played around the local L.A. area. A good percentage of the performances were free, and in the process, I asked the other band members, would they be interested in touring? And the person who played Paul, the person who played George, said, yeah, they were definitely down for it. And the person who played John Lennon in this Beatles tribute group, he just didn't want to go on tour.
He was too enwrapped with Yono Oko.
Exactly. Yeah. Yoko had a spell on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, even from that
Spell, I'd
distance.
say.
Yeah.
Spell.
What year was it?
Yeah. This is the beginning of 1989.
Okay, cool.
So, and this is prior to the Beatlemania thing. But so what I had done, though, because I felt that the people in the band were excited about touring, I got a copy of what's called Performance Spotlight. It's a directory of all the venues across the U.S., and I had contacted some people. And in the interesting thing about this directory is it gives you the name of the venue. It will say, whether it's a theater or auditorium. And then it gives you the phone number and the contact person who makes the decision to hire entertainment. You don't have to go and try and bulldoze the gatekeeper. You get right to the man or woman who makes that decision. Well, I had a few people on the hook. I had contacted them. They said, oh, heck yeah, I would definitely be interested in booking a Beatles tribute.
It's early for tribute bands too, right? I mean, today they're quite common.
Well, see, what's something, Jacques, is that, of course, Beatlemania was the first one. There are a bunch of knockoff groups right now that are impersonating the Beatles.
Sure.
And so I had a handful of people that were interested in doing this. So I went back to the band and I was practicing. This group, it was called Twist and Shout, named after one of the songs the Beatles recorded. They didn't write it, but they made a great hit out of it.
Really?
And so, the Isley Brothers.
Hey, are Beatles songs considered easy songs to play? I mean, are they?
You know what? Something that's really.
I think they are. But.
Yeah, there are some of them, especially the cover songs that are, and this is not to cheapen them, like the covers that they did of Chuck Berry's songs. They're very basic rhythm and blues songs. If you're familiar, when people say, oh, that's a blues song, it's a 1-4-5. So you start in 1, that's your bass chord, and then you go up to a 4th chord, and then you go up to the 5th chord, And some of the Beatles songs are that pattern, that structure. Some of them begin to get more complex, where you have minors, minor sevenths, and all of these other crazy chords.
And then all the studio stuff, Paul is dead. Paul is a walrus, or whatever. That was later.
Put me on, Deadman. Put me on, Deadman.
Is that what it says
Put me
backwards?
on, Deadman.
Oh.
Number 9.
Well, the other-
number
Number
9.
The other
Number
thing,
9.
though, is with the Beatles, they have the harmony, incredible harmony, right? So that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
a big,
Yeah.
big
Yeah, so
well, right?
as far as the recording aspect, that's another topic. But as far as the structure of the songs, it depends on the song. Some are pretty bare bones, and it's just about energy. It's rock and roll and energy. Some of the other songs are a little more introspective too, and that's where they become busier.
Okay, I'm going to throw out, this is off script, but like Michelle, is that considered an on? Michelle, and then...
That one is a little more complex.
Yeah.
Because you have some chords that are minor chords, minor 7th chords, and then it becomes more involved.
The long and winding road.
Yeah, same there.
Yeah.
There were major seventh chords in that one.
I mean,
So,
they're
Randee,
connected.
are you musically inclined because you live with this music person?
Well, yeah, I'm all music.
Oh, good. Well, good
Rhythm,
man.
music, and I've been in bands myself,
What? Doing what?
Singer?
Singer?
playing drums.
Oh, really?
Drums? I like this. I like this.
I've been in
This
4
is-
bands.
Now you have to see Randee. She is a tiny little person, so you kind of man the drum set. Oh, geez, wow, very.
I'm under tall,
Under tall.
not overweight.
Yeah, I had a blast playing in bands,
Oh, very.
And it just so happens, I met him online, and he played drums, and
The commonality was
We-
drums.
You know what's interesting is that wasn't
I'm all music.
in either
I'm all
profile.
music.
Neither one of us had put that in
your
our profile.
profiles,
Really?
No.
Oh, that's pretty.
I mean, to be appreciating music, yes. But as far as being a drummer,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't in there.
When you were in Beatlemania, did you have to look like the Beatles?
Yeah. Did you look like the Beatles?
That's
Ringo?
That's kind of tricky because I have a couple of stages where I could say that I resemble him, especially with the mustache, or the mustache and the beard. I can get that mid 60s to later 60s image.
Look.
But as far as, and I have blue eyes like Ringo. Yeah. And
Do you
Did you
sing
hit?
on top
Yeah.
of it? Okay, so you sing.
yeah.
So you sing. So you have to learn the harmony stuff too.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely because
Hard.
if playing the drums. Sometimes you can play a beat pattern where your right hand. Let's say if you're right-handed, your right hand is your dominant hand. It could be playing eighth notes on the cymbal, or it could be even busier yet, playing 16th notes,
Yeah.
and then sing with that too.
Wow.
Remember the song that the Beatles covered? It was a country song, and it was called Act Naturally. All we've got to do is act
Yeah.
naturally. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Act that.
That's one right there where your right hand is busy playing those eighth notes on the hi-hat cymbal. So and singing, and there are some phrases that are not on time.
Well-
They're out of sync, so it can be involved.
I think drummers have the hardest job of any of the instruments because you got to know so much. You have to have that beat, which so many of us really don't have. We don't have that inner beat. Or I just think it's incredibly hard. You do not want to hear what I sound like on drums.
Oh, now I'm interested.
I basically just
You know what, Jacques, I promise not to record you, though. Yeah, it'll be our secret.
Now tell us some fun stories, great stories, anything about any of the Beatlemania.
You traveled with them, right?
travel
Well, okay.
performances.
So, you know what? Let me finish the other part of that.
you
So,
got it.
More. Wait, there's more.
Yeah. See, I've only given you the backstory. Now we're going to flip it over and give the front story.
All right.
You got it.
Is that having that problem with the one member in the local LA group that didn't want to tour?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, I said, man, I threw up my hands in the air and I went, I wish I could contact someone who is involved in Beatlemania, because that's probably what the guys are doing full time.
And there was some other. This is another group, Beatlemania.
No. This is so. While I was in Twist and Shout, I asked the person who was playing Paul McCartney, and he said, I have a phone number from one of the guys in Beatlemania, one of the original members. And he gave me Les Fradkin, who played the original George in Beatlemania. Right. Mm-hmm. He gave me his phone number, and I called him. I said, this is going to be a cold call. Maybe you'll think it's a prank call. But I was calling him. I explained how I had contacted all these venues and explained I wanted to see if they were interested in putting on a Beatlemania show, a Beatles tribute show. And he said, his answer was, so Kenny, you're telling me you have real gigs that pay real money? I said, yes. He said, count me in. You've got my attention. And I went, whew, wiping all the beads of sweat off my forehead, because, if you've ever made a cold call on something and you get your both fingers crossed and your toes crossed and everything. And so then I said, well, so let me give you an idea what the itinerary consists of right now. And so I told him the cities that were on hold. And so then he said, you know what? I will give you the phone numbers of the other people who were involved in Beatlemania. Now, originally, there were 4 people, of course, like the Beatles.
Yeah.
But then there were also 8 people. Because, see, while the first half of the show is on, there were 4 guys backstage changing into the Sgt. Pepper outfits, the later years, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he gave me, I've got about a dozen phone numbers. So he gave me the main characters, the understudies, the subs, any substitutes. And so I contacted the other people. And the next person I spoke to, his name was Mark. He played the part of John Lennon. And in his typical Brooklyn accent, he went, "Hey, man, so you spoke to the professor, huh?" "Yeah, count me in." And I went, "Great," So he was a riot, And so, and then I contacted the third person. So that's how I put together that. And then I just made more calls. So now the interesting part about it is that the people who were involved in Beatlemania, each one of them was kind of a subcontractor or independent contractor, and they had done the same thing. So now sometimes I was included in some of those gigs, sometimes I wasn't. But the contacts that I had made, I signed the contract.
Yeah.
And I agreed to have 4 people there to perform. We played at Iron World in Hibbing, Minnesota, where Bob Dylan grew up. In fact, the promoter took us there to see his childhood home. And so, I put my name on the line, and I was the one who was given the check for.
So you kept some of your original Twist and Shout people? Were they part of the...
Well, the Twist and Shout people, unfortunately, they weren't part of it.
Oh,
because
some of them wanted to, right?
They twisted it. Fell
Yeah.
off the tree.
Yeah. So they fell off the tree, unfortunately. Yeah. And so, I had to, it was because I was friends with the people, but I had to make that decision that I wanted to go forward with that. So to give you the backstory and front story, I never auditioned for it. In fact, I didn't because it already had come and gone as far as the Broadway production, and
Beatlemania.
And what I did is the first time that I met them was I think it was that Iron World.
And you went overseas. Wow. Did you go overseas with these groups?
Yeah. I went to Hong Kong.
Wow.
Went over there to perform. Went to Canada.
How was it? Was the reception?
Thunder Bay. It's something is, excuse because it's not meant to be mean. When we went to Hong Kong, it was hi, Beatle.
Wow.
They didn't speak English, but they appreciated us, and they were just freaking out. So
cute.
It was great. The reception.
Have you ever met any of the Beatles, or corresponded?
You know what's something is that I met Paul, George, and Ringo. I met Julian, John Lennon's son, but unfortunately, just timing-wise, I was never able to meet John.
Yeah, right.
And Julian, he was great.
So you were in Beatlemania. You were the drummer. You were Ringo Starr. What did Ringo Starr tell you when he saw you?
You really want to know?
No.
He went, "Oh, so you're one of them."
Oh, no.
All right.
Seriously.
Yeah, okay.
But see, that's Ringo.
Okay, we got to bring this up to date. We're getting within 15 minutes of the things. We're going to go quickly ahead. What are you doing these days? Now, you've brought your expertise. What do you got some things going on like New Year's Eve, right?
Actually, it's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. That's right. Christmas Eve. All right.
And you're all invited.
And it's down at the Port-au-Prince, South Beach? Right?
South Beach. Yeah, the South Beach location. I'm hosting a Christmas party. There'll be music and food, dancing, Basically, what I have done is I came up with this idea at the beginning of the year in January. And it was intended to be a duo, but then that didn't work out, for whatever. And so I decided to just take this, and I had contacted people in the area at different venues, and in the interim, I had been going to karaoke at the North Crest Porta Pints. And so I told a few people about it, and I got people, some of the singers at karaoke that said, I wish I could do that. I want to do that, And I said, oh, really? So I said, how about you give me a couple of songs that you would like to sing, and then I'll put them on my iPad. And then when I do my next event, which is in about 2 or 3 weeks, you can come up and sing those songs.
Cool.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
Jacques and Gigi, the tricky part about it is, have you done karaoke?
I have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have you done karaoke?
I have.
Okay. So you always have the screen to fall back on. I mean,
Yeah,
don't
right?
fall on it. No, but you always have that to rely on.
Right.
Okay. The way I have it is there's no screen.
Ooh.
So guess what? You better know
Boy,
the songs.
You better know the song. And you're
Yeah.
strumming it with a guitar.
And I'm singing. Sometimes I sing along, and sometimes I'm just there playing the guitar to, give the person support.
Right.
The
Cool.
singer that's
So it's
coming
a
up.
twist. It's
Better than
karaoke with a
acapella.
twist, but it's
Yeah.
live.
It's
Live.
sort of like live karaoke.
Yeah, and I've seen
Yeah.
the pictures of you up on stage where you're playing the guitar and people are jumping up there and having fun, and the girls are screaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
something is that
Springa.
I like to start it off with something up-tempo, like Chubby Checker's Twist.
Let's
And then
do
people
the
are sing
twist.
and dance. Yeah, come on and do the
Hey,
twist.
Oh,
baby.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Let's
It
do
goes
the-
like this. It's the twist.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got to tell you, let's pull up your guitar.
Yeah, let's
pull
get
up your guitar. Let's
ready.
play a song or two. Play a little harmonica, maybe one song. We're
Dang.
time is going fast.
Yeah.
Today, I should have told you that, Randee. When you're having fun, these shows go like snap and you're done. All right, what are you going to play here? This is something.
Well, this is more of the traditional version of House of the Rising Sun. And actually, the interesting part about it is this is the first song that I played on the drums. When my uncle challenged me, he switched on his stereo and put on that song.
Okay.
Now,
You played
it
it?
has some interesting nuances, but I was actually able to play the beat, which kind of blew him away.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm going to do this after all. So,
And here he is on guitar.
Today you're doing it on guitar.
Kenny Lee on guitar.
Yeah.
Let's do it. You guys are dialed into Kenny. They are engineers.
there is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of million poor boys, and I know I'm one. Well, they owe my mama, she sold my blue jeans. Oh, Papa, he was a no drunk. Oh, yeah. Told you this is the original version. I couldn't
original?
believe it.
Yeah.
Dang, cool.
Only thing a gambler is when he's good and drunk.
Yeah.
Mama, don't let your children do those things I've done. Well, now I'm gonna spend my life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun.
So that's how it's. So
Okay,
that's the,
Yeah, it's very bare bones. I was
that is
shocked.
the originally.
Who originally
designed-
did that
Wow.
that
I
way?
should know that.
Yeah,
A couple of days.
that guy, that blue guy.
Yeah.
And then it was made famous by
By the Animals.
Animals. Yeah, Eric
Yep.
Burton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric Burden in the Animals.
And the Animals. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Yep.
Okay,
Right.
now did you bring harmonicas along?
Well,
What are you gonna do with the harmonicas? We need to do. We got 9 minutes. So
Yeah,
let's-
we've
oh.
got some.
Well, I
time.
won't play Freebird. That's 9 minutes.
Oh,
I mean, it's
good.
kind of hard just to say play some harmonica by yourself or whatnot. I always love blues when you could play some blues, and I love the harp.
I have a couple of songs that a couple of doodles, I guess you could call them,
Doodle.
that I do on the harmonica.
Okay, and these are originals.
Sure. We're not going to blow any channels over here.
I think they
Yeah.
could handle it. So. Whoa, that was
Wow,
hard.
that was the
to do.
18th.
I would not.
I heard it.
I think I am. I think I am a darn good harp player, but man, I don't think I could play a single song.
Wow.
Get through it.
Dang, very
Yeah.
good. I know that was like,
Yeah.
brrr, what was that? What was the timing there?
A trill.
Yeah, some here and there. Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Thanks,
Now, was
thanks.
is that a doodle that you wrote, or is that just you going ahead?
It's a doodle that I wrote.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Now, are you available for hire to do your Kinney, the Star Mania is what you call it, right?
That's correct.
And you're doing it Christmas Eve at the new South South Beach,
Pines.
Port Pines, with our
Yeah.
friend
City.
John Kirk, who we all know.
Oh yeah, John.
place.
Yeah, John and Cynthia
Yeah.
have been very gracious and very kind to me. And I sat down and spoke to John about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and told him that I'd like to do this. I told him I have a few ideas, some music ideas, and he was very receptive. He's a very nice man.
Yeah.
Well, and Randee,
Yes, he is.
Randee, you're accompanying him almost all the time, right? When he goes out for his gigs and has fun.
Well, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm a dancer. I've been dancing
Oh, there
since
we
I was
go.
3 years old.
Right on.
And I just keep on going.
I think it
The
does
group
keep you
is,
young, right? It really does.
I think
keep
so.
You very-
Music's the thing.
Do you have any favorite venues that you've worked in?
Well, you know what? I've performed at most of the venues here in Brookings, at the Elks Club, Augustino, Pete's Bar and Grill,
Okay.
and then I performed at a couple of them in Crescent City. I would have to say, though, my favorite would have to be Port-au-Prince.
Port Pines
South-
original, the original, or
South
North
Beach
Beach,
or-
or
Well,
South Beach?
Actually,
big one or
North.
little?
Yeah.
I would have to say that's sort of a tie.
Rika room, they call it.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
the Reaver Room, yeah.
Rira room. Okay.
Room.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years? What do you want to be doing?
Ooh, that's a trick question.
Here's
I know
almost
people say that's an
2026.
interesting question, or that's a good question. But actually, what I'd really like to do is some of the ideas that I have, maybe working with John at Port-au-Prince, just to see them to come to fruition.
Right.
You know,
And that's Dr. John Kirk we're talking.
John
That's
Kirk,
right.
our friend. Yeah, he's a good guy. What is your, Gigi, you asked this question.
I do? Which
Yeah.
one? Wait.
Last question. What is your
I don't see it. You ask it.
Tombstone. What is your tombstone going to say? Now, we ask this very frequently.
I don't.
Very frequently. You don't see it on her prompt.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He
I think that's
did.
probably it. He's dead.
He's dead. That's it. Okay, that's good enough. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a pretty witty.
Don't keep looking. He's right
gone.
here.
He's gone. Don't look anymore. Oh,
Oh, but
my
Randee,
goodness.
what is your tombstone going to say?
She has rhythm.
There we go.
right.
Cool. Okay, we can't wait till you got to get out there and dance. We'll see you on the dance floor. We'll.
Oh,
definitely.
yes.
We've always got.
I watched you dance.
Yeah, well, she's got more of a
right.
dance. We're just trying to do a little.
You're good.
Frank John Coley calls me. He does the the Jackenstein.
He's Jacques.
Yeah.
All right, time flies when you're having fun. We are at the very end. We want to thank both of you. Randee, thanks for coming on and accompanying.
Thank you for having me.
Kenny Lee Crady. Yeah,
Yes.
good vibes, good show. We appreciate it. Doctor, do you have any jokes for us on Fun Time Corner?
Me
No.
jokes?
Well,
I think
how about quotes?
quotes. Yes, I have a quote
What do
for
you got? What do you got?
Okay, we're talking about fats, right? Losing weight is hard. Maintaining weight is hard. Staying overweight is hard. Choose your heart.
Choose your heart. Right on.
Ooh.
How about this one? 2 slices of bread recently got married. Yep, the ceremony was going quite well till somebody decided to toast the bride and groom. Hey, a screwdriver goes into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey, we have a drink named after you, a screwdriver." And the screwdriver looks surprised and says, "You have a drink named Philip?" All right, what do you got? Another quote?
That's cute. I found there was only one way to look thin. Hang out with the fat people.
That's brutal. Call him Chunky Dunkin. Chunky Dunkin. We all know that smoking will kill you. We also know that bacon will kill you. But did you know that smoking bacon will cure it?
Yeah, that's good.
Good. I got Ray. I got Ray Simon. I got Ray Simon to laugh on that one. Anything else, Doc?
Yes, I'm fat, but I'm thin inside. There's a thin man inside every fat man. That's Albert Einstein.
No, really. Before fat was kind of not a use. Hey, when vegetarians give up something, do they call it going cold tofu?
Yeah. I'll have some.
So what?
Oh, that's good.
Hey, here's an Arnold Schwarzenegger
Okay.
quote. If it jiggles, it's fat.
If it's jiggles, it's fat. No, I won't comment on that one.
Yeah.
I asked Dr. Gigi why carrots are so good for your eyes, and she responded by asking me if I'd ever seen a rabbit wearing glasses. Right there. Okay. When you drop, how can you drop a raw egg on a concrete floor without cracking it?
How?
Any way you want. Concrete is really hard to crack. Okay, that's it for A. Where are we?
Okay,
Few more
we are. Thank you again for everybody playing music. We didn't have time for yet another harmonica one. Thank you, Randee, for coming in.
Thank
we
you.
are at the end of our show.
Yeah, it's that time. I went to a restaurant last night that serves breakfast at any time, so I ordered French toast during the Renaissance. Did I say that one last week?
Yeah,
I think I
didn't get it last time, but
Okay,
okay, maybe it's funny.
Like she's German.
You have been listening
funny.
to the Doc and Jacques show on KCIW 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we have learning about Kenny Lee Crady and Randee.
Right on, indeed. Peace and prosperity to everyone out there. Thanks again, Tom Bozak, Ray Simon, and Linda out there for listening, and all the people that make the syndicated show possible to be aired up and down our beautiful coast. Stay tuned for who? Tony Durso. Up next, right here on KCIW. Peace and love.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.